Hello, beautiful woman. So honored to be here with you this evening. I've just done a live inside of my Flourishing Woman group, and for whatever reason, it didn't record well. So I wanted to come on here today and actually speak about how fear of coronavirus might be and is impacting your sexual health. And this is a topic that has been coming up a lot with many women in my community, especially those who already have underlying sexual health challenges like vulvodynia, vaginismus, chronic pelvic pain, endometriosis. And now that we are, navigating this tremendous uncertainty in this global fear, I really want to help you understand how this might be escalating your sexual health problems. Hi, Cindy. Hi, beautiful soul. So, in case you and I are meeting for the first time, welcome into my world. My name is Dagmar, and I am Women's Leading Confidence and Sexuality Expert, and I help successful women like yourself demystify the mysteries of your female body so you can improve your posture, erase pain, and truly learn how to live better inside of your body through very specific scientific proven tools and practices that profoundly empower you and empower your body in every single cell of your being. So sexual health is a huge topic, and sexual health is what a lot of women come to me, and sexual health is unfortunately profoundly misunderstood. And now in the space where the energy of our sexuality, which is the first chakra, all connected to survival, and second chakra, all connected to money, sex, and power, is being tremendously impacted. So before I show you the model of my pelvis, the one thing I want you to understand is whenever your fear is activated, whenever you're stressed, whenever you're tense, whenever you're anxious, that stress, the tension, the anxiety lives in some part of your body. And you can definitely self-identify that it's either like your shoulders that are chronically stressed, or you feel like you're holding the stresses of the world maybe in your lower back. Or for so many women, the stresses of the world are in their vagina, in their pelvic floor, and in their pelvis. And the challenge with this part of the body, the challenge with ameliorating stress and tension from this part of the body, unlike, let's say, from the shoulders, is that this part of the body is where most women are tremendously disconnected from because of religious guilt, because of trauma, because of shame, because of unworthiness, because of patriarchy, so many different layers. So many women and many clients who come to me, they are much more easily self-identifying around, yes, I know that whenever I get stressed, I get tension headaches, neck and shoulder pain, unlike whenever I get stressed, I can feel my pelvic floor tensing up and I can feel really clenching and armoring my cervix. It takes a tremendous amount of self-awareness in the first place to even know that this is what's going on in your body. But I really want to show you model of female pelvis and help you understand why it's absolutely essential to start addressing the tension and stress that is living in your pelvis or is living in your vagina. So this is a model of female pelvis. I call her Elvina de Pelvina. Welcome to her world. And what I want you to know is that obviously you're looking at bony structures. You can see some organs here, not some organs, important organs like your womb, your bladder, your rectum. This is a lot of like the pelvic floor tissues. You can see the opening of the vagina here. And what I want you to know is that when your body gets stressed, and if that default part of your body that's holding on to stress, that's holding on to fear, and a lot of the fear that's being activated right now, once again, relates to the first and second chakra. If you, prior to COVID-19, if you had any survival stress living in your nervous system, like, how do I take care of my bills? Like, am I really financially supported? Like, where I'm gonna live? All of this is gonna be escalated up to 112. That's the reality. Subsequently, if prior to this, prior to COVID-19, you had any unresolved issues in your pelvis, the unresolved issues can be sexual trauma. It can be already existing sexual health issues like vulvodynia, vaginismus, pelvic pain, which is so prevalent in our culture. All of that is going to magnify. And the reason for that is, if you think about your pelvis like a pressure cooker, if you ever cooked in a pressure cooker, I hope you did. I have made so many amazing dinners in pressure cooker. I love pressure cookers. But if you think about the pelvis as a pressure cooker, so let's say this has a top, this has a lid. The stress comes in, the stress comes in, the stress comes in, the pressure builds up, the pressure builds up, the pressure is building up, the pressure is building up. And the pressure has no exit. The pressure has no way to go. The pressure has no funnel in which it can literally release and be removed from your pelvis. What happens? What happens? Your tissues start to collapse. Your nerves begin to deteriorate. A lot of the nerve damage that happens for women in their pelvis actually comes from years and years of unprocessed stress that lives inside the nervous system of the pelvis. With the massive tension buildup and the inability for the stress to release, this is where we are seeing increase of a pain in woman's vagina, increase of a pain in woman's womb, because it's literally this psycho-emotional energetic imprint of stress and the increase of an internal pressure that is driving your tissues, that is driving your organs, that is driving your womb, that is driving your cervix, that is driving your vagina insane. So if you want a way out of your misery, if you want a way out of your pain, if you want a way of both help yourself in a mental way, right? Because when we do this work, when we actually start releasing the stress and the tension from your pelvic ball and building safety, a foundation of safety in this foundational part of your body, you are like, we are really talking about mental health. We are really talking about tremendously helping you relieve your psychological tension. A lot of the work that I do with women is helping them understand on an intellectual way, but also body-based way, that the vagina is the most innervated organ in the body. So when you relieve tension in the vagina, because the vagina is connected to your heart and to your brain, you're literally creating a healing ecosystem inside of your body. And this is what we are talking about. Yes, you're going to get release from your sexual health challenges, but you're also going to experience improvement in your digestive health. You're going to experience improvement in your heart health. You're going to experience better ability to focus, greater mental performance, greater love and reverence for yourself as a woman and for your body. And if you are someone who has been added at that sexual pain, pelvic tension, stresses of the world, fear, anxiety, tension, stress for quite some time, I have a really important message for you today, which is the time to do the work is now. Literally. There is no better time than to, maybe even with a lot of trepidation, maybe with a lot of vulnerability, maybe a lot of like, I don't know what's waiting for me, or I'm maybe really scared of connecting with myself, connecting with this part of my body. But the truth is that first and foremost, there is no better time than now to do this work. Now, when the world underneath us is collapsing as we know it, it is up to you to create the grounding and safety in your body, the grounding and safety in your pelvic bowl, the grounding and safety in your womb, the grounding and safety in your cervix and in your vagina. And when you do that, and when you allow yourself to receive the support, to receive the guidance, to receive the mentoring, to receive the handholding, to receive the world-class techniques that will actually allow you to create this for yourself, on the other side, you're going to discover this. You're going to discover absolute reclamation of your sexual health. What do I mean by that? Complete healing of years and years of pelvic pain. Complete healing of, years of vulvodynia, years of vaginismus. And I have to say, I'm not a medical doctor. I cannot make like a medical disclaimers for you. But what I do know is that the women that I am blessed to work with, they get tremendously healing and beautiful responses in a matter of weeks or months after years and years of banging their head against the wall, not knowing what to do. Years and years of going from therapist to pelvic floor physio to osteopath to chiropractor, wasting their money, wasting their time, wasting their energy, and still being in so much pain and so much fear and so much despair. The answer is not your chiropractor. The answer is not your physical therapist. The answer is not your psychotherapist. The answer is you building safety in your body. You building safe, you creating safe in your pelvis. That is the answer that you're looking for, and no one can do this for you. You need to do it for yourself. Yes, you need guidance. Yes, you need support. Yes, you need to be held. Yes, you need to be mentored. But at the end of the day, the work is something you need to create for yourself inside of your own body, which to me is profoundly empowering. To me, this is the essence of empowerment. If you don't know some part of my story, I have definitely been in your shoes for many, many years. And I have suffered with 10 years of infertility, 10 years of being so afraid of surrendering to pregnancy, 10 years of crying every single time I would see a mother holding her infant, so desperately wanting to be mother, so desperately wanting to hold my baby inside of my arms, but petrified of going into there, petrified. And there was the terror living inside of me, you name it. It was in my womb and it was in my vagina. And not surprisingly, I was going through incredible amount of pelvic pain, incredible amount of just sometimes inability to move, inability to exercise, inability to dance and play and explore and live my best possible life. I was crippled in pain, and no osteopath could help me, no chiropractor could help me. I was going from specialist to specialist, I was going from doctor to doctor, and no one had the complete answers for me. No one. It's like the scans were like, you're absolutely clear, there's nothing wrong with you, we can't help you. And osteopaths and physical therapists are just like adjusting my tissues all the time. But because my body and my sexuality was in chronic state of fear that had to do with so much childhood wounding and sexual trauma and kidnap of my first son and being very traumatized at a very, very young age, the fear was so palpable in my tissues that no one could help me unless and until I have found a way to help myself. And the way I have found a way to help myself, I want to show you some of my books. You see them? A lot of books. And I've traveled the world. I've studied with some of the best people in the industry, from movement educators to trauma specialists, through nervous system extraordinaires, through high performance mentors. And in that journey, I have developed my own process that allow me to understand that safety creating safety in my body is where the true healing lies. And nothing else matters unless and until I create safety in myself and in my pelvic wall. So this is the gift that I have created for myself. And when I have embodied safety in every single cell of my pelvic wall, stepping into pregnancy and becoming pregnant was effortless. I literally became pregnant after 3 months. And now, as you might know, my boy is 2 years and 3 months. His name is Rumi, after the ancient poet. And he is the light of my day. He is everything. Whenever I look at my son, I know the journey I have been on, the healing journey, all the tears and all the grief and all the pain and all the heart blossoming and everything I had to say yes to and everything I had to say no to in order for him to be in this world. So you might be in a similar shoes like myself. You also might have some soul desire to get pregnant, and one day, maybe you are in a completely different spectrum. Maybe you are a woman who never wants to have a children, or you are a new mother, or your kids are young adults. But wherever you are on the spectrum, you are a woman who has been through a lot. And now, with everything going on globally and politically and economically and culturally and socially, you're saying to yourself, you're asking yourself, hi Louise, hi gorgeous, you're asking yourself the deep question is like, what do I do with this? Like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with my sexuality? What do I do with my body? Like, I cannot be trapped in this body for the rest of my life. Something has to give. Something has to change. Like, there has to be different answer to my cries. There has to be different answer to everything that I'm praying for secretly at night. And I'm telling you this, the answer you're looking for, whether it's a pain, whether it's a fear, whether it's anxiety, whether it's creating better tomorrow, is building safety inside of your body, building safety inside of your pelvic wall. So if this is something that you are like, I am stepping into this, enough is enough, pain is enough, anxiety is enough, fear is enough, I'm inviting you to do one of two following things. The first piece is I have a beautiful, beautiful womb heart medicine practice for you, which is absolutely free. If you want to start cultivating safe and sensual connection with yourself, with your body, with your sexuality, drop me an emoji in the comments below. And this way, me or my assistant are going to reach out to you via Messenger and set you up with this really beautiful womb heart medicine practice. There's something you can do every single day, and it will really begin to create that first portal, this first relationship and safe connection with your body and with your womb. The second opportunity I have for you is deeper. Like, if you're really, really, really ready to do this work. Maybe you don't feel fully ready to do this work, but you're like, you know what, I'm just done with this pain. I'm done with being trapped inside of my body. And that is applying for my free Flourishing Woman strategy session, which looks like you and me being on a call like this, except I can see you right now. You can only see myself. So this way I'll see you and we'll have a beautiful heart-to-heart conversation. I really want to understand what's happening in your body, what's happening in your sexuality, what's happening in your health, what's happening in relationship, if you are blessed to be in an intimate relationship, or if you are single, where you want to go in your relationship life, and really design a healing map for you that will fit you like a Versace suit. I don't prescribe a generalized processes. No, my specialty is like really seeing you with how you're using your body, how you're talking, diving deeply into your belief system and designing a custom healing plan for you that fits you like a Versace suit, knocked off Versace suit. And when I designed a healing plan for you, if it makes sense for us to work together, we can absolutely discuss your options, what those options are, how would that work, how are my services, and how my service will actually make this healing process, this transition from pain, suffering, maybe a lot of fear, into a place of health, radiance, and vitality, how we can make this transition effortless. Because at the end of the day, what I have learned from 10 years of infertility, what I have learned from years and years of chronic pelvic pain is I want to collapse this time for you. I don't want you to go through the same journey like me. I don't want you to be banging your head against the wall for next 10 years. And then when we get to 2030, looking back and saying, oh my God, like, why did I do that to myself? I don't want you to be that woman. Now is the time to take a radical step, a radical decision, a radical step of courage to do the deep inner healing work that will ultimately give you the gift of health and gift of pleasure. Maybe the gift of your best orgasm in your life, or maybe the gift of radiance, like really being radiant from inside out, which is absolutely what breaking free from sexual pain, breaking free from sexual health issues, and creating this safety for yourself, creating this pleasure and nourishment and connection with your body will absolutely make that happen. So if you want the womb heart medicine practice, you can drop me an emoji in the comments below. We're gonna set you up with this. It's absolutely free and I'll be excited for you to dive in. If you wanna hop on a call with me, you can do this by going to bit.ly/flourishing woman strategy. Book in your time, schedule a call, and we're gonna have a beautiful heart-to-heart chat so I can map out your healing map and we can discuss an opportunity of us working together. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Your pelvic health matters. Your pelvic health matters more than ever. Now is time to say yes to yourself. Now is time to say yes to your healing. Now is time to say yes to your empowerment. Now is time to say yes to your safety. And I cannot wait to be your guide on this sacred and divinely healing journey. I'm sending you so much love. If you have anything private you want to discuss, feel free to send me a private message and I'll be more than happy to support you or answer anything. You are amazing. I believe in you. I believe in your healing. I believe in the healing capacity of your body and cannot wait to connect.